Talking to Thompson. Thompson runs a company called Setlhare Energy. We'll find out about it in a bit. It's all about renewable energy. Thompson Manguba, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm awesome, thank you. You could have done so many other things. Why this particular industry?
Well, unfortunately, it was a bit of two events that happened in my life. I used to be at SAA Technical, and everybody knows what happened to South African Airways.
Sure.
And I have always been a guy that's into gadgets and technology. So what had happened is, as soon as load shedding had started, I saw a gap. I was actually having the issues. Obviously, the power cuts affected me. And, being a person that has worked with electronics, worked with heavy current, and, that understood electricity, it was easy for me to just transform and actually get a system for my house. And everything just built on and on. And I just realized that, what? Here's a business. Here's something that one could survive on. Firstly, because of obviously COVID affected everyone. But more than that, during my PDBA studies, like when you do those entrepreneurial assignments, one of my papers did one on renewable energies and how low-cost communities, can actually generate their own electricity. And I wrote something about a solar roof, So it is something that, luckily, I'd done good research on it. And it was just an easy, I went into the business with doing something that I love and something that just made so much sense.
I imagine when you saw a gap, surely you're not the only one that saw this gap. Because a lot of people will tell you that it's still a growing market, that whole thing. So what services do you exactly offer in terms of renewable energy?
Well, we offer residential backup solutions, and we try and, hold our clients' hands and show them, how these backup systems work and actually go through the design process. But one of our philosophies is that we hold your hand throughout. It's not a matter of selling quick batteries and getting out of there. We want to actually ask you, what's your long-term plan? Because the African issues are not going to go away. So what needs to happen is that we tell our clients that you need to focus. You need to look at 5 years, 10 years, have a 5-year, 10-year plan, whereby how are we going to get you independent from Eskom? Because obviously you can't go off-grid. You always need an Eskom line, and then it's the law. And it allows you to have backup in case your system fails. But we offer that to our clients, where we offer a customized system where we don't use big terms, we don't use layman's. We explain what a battery is to you, we explain what an inverter is to you. We look at your budget, and we actually look at systems where our clients can scale up. You buy a battery and inverter, then the following year you buy solar panels, and then the other year you can add another battery, then you can also scale up and put another inverter. Ultimately, you're going to have zero draw from Eskom, And then, we also offer generators, for people, because look at it this way, the backup solar is the way to go. However, generators still have a place in our space. Like everywhere, where backup power can actually have a disadvantage in a sense that if you just have a battery and an inverter, after 8 hours or 6 hours, or after you've used it, it goes flat. So you're just as good as everyone. Unlike a generator, which has a pain of you having to refuel it, but as long as the generator is running, you always have power. You might have the noise, but it depends on what's your pain. We look at your needs. And then we're also trying to break into the commercial space. And you're trying to get into, students' residences, and showing people how, businesses can actually continue without the need of of using relying on Eskom and actually blaming Eskom if your business fails, because it is expensive, yes, to get into your to go fully off grid, but it is possible by actually when you start doing your business plan, you need to start thinking about gases. You need to start thinking about renewable energies and how you structure your business and even your infrastructure. It's in a way that it's in line with renewable energies. Yeah, and then the last one is more of maintenance and upgrades, where we get people that wanted to get a quick solution and get like those gel batteries that you always see on Facebook. When we also started as well, we used to do gel batteries, but we have found out that what the manufacturer promises, they don't deliver, and you end up having issues with those batteries. So we're busy upgrading those people and getting them to actually have a peaceful backup system.
Renewable energy and energy-related issues like the ones you've been describing are always regarded as very expensive. But there are some who say they used to be expensive. They've gotten more affordable with time. What do you say to that?
Yeah, look, that's actually part of where I found the gap. Because, I've also done a quotation where I'll get somebody to come and do an assessment, and when they come up with a quote that's worth like 500,000, 300,000. Who keeps 300,000 in their bank account, or who has it to even afford to even pay?
I do, Chief. I do.
Yeah, lucky you.
No, I'm lying.
Give me a job.
I'm lying.
So the gap is, we went and did our research, and we went and tried to find out what is the pain. What are people crying about? The pain is, I just want to have lights, my TV on, my modem on, and just my laptop and my phones and my fridge. And when you look at that, you can actually reduce the cost of a full system, because when somebody from these established companies from the back in the day, what they would come and do, they'll come and do an audit of your whole house. And they will look at they'll do an audit and they'll count. You've got a kettle, you've got an iron, you've got a microwave, you've got this. They'll take that total, and then they'll tell you that you actually need a 30 kilowatt system. However, that 30 kilowatt system is going to cost you 500,000. But that's not the pain. The pain is, I need to have my internet, my TV, and my fridge on, and my lights on. I don't want to switch on the whole house. I don't want to cook when there's load shedding. I don't even want to use the microwave when there's load shedding. Therefore, what can you do for me? And then we try to scale it down. And luckily, with the economies of scale and the influx of Chinese imports coming into the country, and with the product becoming more reliable, the cost of this stuff has gone down, whereby we can easily put you into give you a backup system that can give you something for 6 hours for around 40K. Whereby it looks so unaffordable. And yeah, so it's much easier to get that. People can take excess bonds and actually fund their system. People can actually get loans, where you can pay it over 2 years. And even banks are now entertaining the fact that us as installers, we can actually get the clients, and then they can actually be like underwriters and get the clients funding, and then they pay us, and then we just get them reliable products, quality products, whereby they don't come and complain after 2 years, but we give them warranty. We say your battery, we're going to give you a 10-year warranty on your battery, and we are here to support you.
I wish you well. I think the gap you've identified will remain with us for a long time, obviously, because we know the challenges that we're facing when it comes to energy in our country. Setlhare Energy, right?
Setlhare Energy. Yes. That's correct.
Where are you based, and do you operate across the country?
We operate around the country. We are based in Midrand, and we can travel anywhere. We've done installations in Mafikeng, Mpumalanga. We are in Joburg, and anything that we are here to help people, to take away the people's pain and give them power when they need it, because we know how important it is for people to carry on with their livelihoods, do their jobs, and companies to actually be able to run.
As we conclude, my neighbor has a generator, and every time next door, The thing of a silent a diesel generator, is that true?
Yes, there is generators that are silent. However, they are very expensive. You know, you're looking at, including installation, 30, 40K and above, you know. However, you must remember with generators, you're still using fossil fuels, you're still using diesels, they are noisy, they need to be maintained like a car engine. So only if and only if they need it. You know, we advise people to get generators. But I strongly advise that person that has a generator to actually get a system that has, to put a backup system, right? And then still keep their generator to be like an add-on, because we've done systems like that where we've got a backup system, we've got batteries, we've got an inverter, and use a generator as a double backup. Because we get a lot of areas and it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in Soweto or you're in Blue Valley, in Midrand, people steal cables. And when the cable is gone, even if you have got a backup power for 6 hours, after 6 hours, you're not gonna have. I mean, there's instances like last week they didn't have electricity for a whole week. You're just as good as everyone, but that's when solar panels come in. Yeah. When you've got a backup system, you start with that as your starter pack, and then you put in solar panels at a later stage. Solar panels are the components, the panels that sit on top of your house where you harvest from the sun. And they are the only way that you can get your ROI, the only way you can get your return on investment, because let's be honest, it's very expensive to get a battery and inverter. But if you want to get a system that's going to pay for itself after, say, 3 years, whereby let's say you're paying 5,000 for electricity, and then if you put in enough solar panels, the solar panels can run your house during the day while the sun is out. Then your batteries can discharge at night. Then comes the morning, the sun comes out, then your solar panels then charge your batteries. Then you end up having a cycle where you don't even draw from Eskom, which means that instead of paying 5,000, you are now paying 1.5. So you're saving on 3.5 monthly. You save 3.5 monthly, you multiply it by 12, that's 42,000. 42,000, you multiply it by 3, you're sitting at what, about 126,000 that you could have spent, you could have gotten a loan, and you know, and then you would have paid off that loan in 3 years, and then you own a system. So you end up owning a system, or you end up, because you are going to pay Eskom at the end of the day if you're going to be using the electricity. So why not generate your own?
That is so true. Tell us how people can get hold of you, Thompson.
They can get hold of me on my cell phone number, which is 082 303 5017. On email, let me just repeat that phone number, 082 303 5017. On email, I'm on energy@setlhare.africa. So it's Setlhare, SETLHARE.Africa.
And Instagram is at Setlhare Energy, Facebook Setlhare Energy. I wish you well out here, guys. You sound like you're sitting on a pot of gold, and I certainly hope that it grows and grows and grows. Thank you so much.
We're putting in the hard work, my brother, and I hope that we thank you for the support, and I receive everything that you've said.
Anytime at all. It's Thompson Wanguba, who runs a company called Setlhare Energy. Well, there he is. He said a mouthful. 28 after 2.